What's up, guys? DK here with Collector's Impact, and today is a pretty special day. I actually got my CGC order back in the mail today. So for a little bit of background on this, I sent in 18 modern comics and 2 vintage comics. The vintage comics are still in grading. They're not back yet. I guess they have a different time frame for vintage than they do modern. But I did get the 18 modern ones back, and I'm going to go ahead and reveal those for you today. I have not looked at the grades myself. I just pulled them out of the box, set them all face down on the table, and I'm going to go ahead and reveal them. But real quick before I forget, if you like this type of content, definitely give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you want to see any future videos like this, CGC submissions, reveals, and lots of other collectible related and card related things, please subscribe to the channel. Would love to have you on that subscriber list. All right, so these are in no particular order, of course. So this is just however they sent them to me in the box is what we've got here. So the first one is a 9.6 Amazing Spider-Man number 345. So for the majority of the comics in this particular submission, I've had them for a very, very long time. Most of these actually came from when I was a child, buying them from the local comic book shop with my mom and my brother. So some of these are actually technically theirs as well. So I'll see if they want some of them too. But we kept our collection together in this nice elongated box, and I kept it for all of these years, moved it around with me and whatnot, and kept it right side up. So I didn't get any of these pressed. These are actually all flat from how they were stored in the box. Yeah, so the first issue here, or the first one, is this Spider-Man 345, and with all of these submissions as well, I did custom labels for all of them. Since these are pretty much going to remain in my personal collection, I wanted them to be as nice as possible. So you see this issue has a lot going on in it. They list all of these different characters: Cletus Cassidy, Venom, Cardiac, Boomerang, and Silver Sable appearance. This was a pretty busy comic issue. Also, you gotta love this Castlevania 3 ad on the back. That's just awesome. So that's a double check mark for me, because I'm huge into video games and video game magazines and stuff like that. So this is a win-win for sure. One thing that I noticed with this when I was putting it on the table, I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, especially with the reflections, but there is actually a crumb. Like someone at CGC must have been eating their lunch or something on a grading station, and there's a crumb inside of the plastic. So that, as far as I'm aware, was definitely not in the holder that it was in. These were pretty much bagged and boarded fresh. I mean, I tend to take care of stuff like that and not have crumbs and whatnot in the holders, so I found that kind of unique. But it's weird that they didn't catch it. So there is a crumb, a piece of cookie or whatever, forever enshrined with this comic. So that's just something random to note. All right, next we've got, boom, Amazing Spider-Man 375. This one is the giant size 30th anniversary edition with Spider-Man fighting Venom on the front cover. Beautiful comic, graded at 9.6. I do hope that I get some 9.8s. That would be pretty nice, but I'm not going to complain about 9.6. That's pretty solid, especially since these were, my original ones for many, many years, just chilling in the closet. This is great. And this particular case is larger than the other one, I guess because the comic is larger, but they actually used a different case. So that's something cool to note as well. Yeah, overall it's pretty solid. Nice holder. There's a little bit of free room in it. You can move the book around just ever so slightly in this larger holder. So that is interesting. But overall, it feels pretty safe and protected. Next up is Spider-Man 410, rated 9.6, white pages. Yeah, pretty solid there. This is the direct edition with a barcode on it, so that's kind of interesting to note. What do they say on the back here? It says Carnage appearance right there. So I know that this one was kind of a popular one. I don't think that it's a super key issue or anything. A lot of these probably aren't. I mean, these were just some of the ones that I liked growing up, and some of the covers and books that stood out to me when I was researching them at the time. Next up, boom, is Spectacular Spider-Man number 176 as a 6.0. White pages though, but 6.0. Now this is kind of strange how much extra room there is in this case. In particular, I find that odd. Some of the comics that I bought recently don't have this much space, but whatever. Origin and first appearance of Corona. So this is Corona's key issue, first appearance. So I definitely have to look up these prices, especially with how much the market's been changing recently. I'm not too sure what all of these are going for now. When I submitted them, they were still considered value tier, so they may still be, or they may have gone up in the last 3 months, or whatever it's been. I think it's been about 3 months since I sent them in. Yeah. And I did pay for rushed processing as well, so just throwing that out there. So even with rushed processing, it took 3 months, or whatever you'd want to call it, like the fast track, I think is what it's called. Fast track processing took 3 months. Okay, next up, boom, look at that. My first 9.8 X-Men Omega number 1. So that is, I believe this one belonged to my brother, actually. So I've got to give him a little shout out there, and maybe see if he is interested in getting this one back. But that's the first 9.8, and you see here it's got the nice little X-Men custom label. One thing that I'm noticing about this particular comic is right here at the top, there's actually, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a tiny gap right here in the top. So I mean, you could probably theoretically like put a screwdriver in it and just pop that open really easily. So that, yeah, you see? That's a little bit concerning. Not sure if that's a super common issue or not, but I might have to contact them about that and see. Maybe when I submit my next order, maybe I'll send this with it to see if they can reholder it or something, because that is a little bit disturbing. Overall, though, this comic's beautiful, and I'm definitely happy to have it as a 9.8. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man number 347. This one is just a really cool looking cover with Venom holding Spider-Man's freaking skull. I mean, it's like some Hamlet stuff on steroids. That's really quite interesting. Alas, poor Spider-Man. You know? Very unique. So we've got the Venom label on it, and it's just marked as Venom appearance. Overall, this one's nice. This one, let me see. I'm just inspecting the case here. Yeah, there's still these definitely have like a little bit of play in the top. I don't know if that's super normal. It's not as bad as the last one. I mean, this is definitely nowhere near as bad as the X-Men one, but it's still there. All right, next up is freaking Meatloaf. Nah, just that ad caught me off guard. That's hilarious. Meatloaf. Nah, what is this one? Ooh, Web of Spider-Man number 32, 6.0 white pages. But this one is, I mean, that's pretty cool. Here Lies Spider-Man. Really iconic cover from the Web of Spider-Man series. Let's see. Craven and Venom appearance is what it's noted as. No play in the top on this one. This one seems solid. You guys, I'm loving these ads. Look at this Double Dragon ad. How classic is that? All right, this one is Web of Spider-Man number 119 in 8.5 condition. You got Spider-Man fighting Venom on the cover. Super, super classic, you know, appeal and everything. This is from 1994. And this particular issue is the first appearance of Kane. And Venom and Scream appearance. Yeah. Marvel subscription insert included. That's cool they put that there. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. Next up. Oh, it's another one of these. Hey. Oh, look at that. Spider-Man 410, but this time in 9.8. That's great. So now, since I have 2 of these, I might sell the 9.6 and just keep the 9.8. I was thinking that might be a defect, but it's not. Yeah, overall, this one's really nice. Wow, case is super solid. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. Good old Carnage appearance on the back label. Yep, that's a keeper. I will probably be selling that 9.6 and keeping this. That is so far my plan. Next, it's Look Who's Smiling Now. Well, I hope it's me, because this would be awesome if it's 9.8. Let's see. Oh my goodness. 8.5, but still, that's Spectacular Spider-Man #1. So this, from 1976, the very first issue of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. I actually really like this one. When I checked it, it didn't have too high of a value when I checked it. I don't know if that's changed recently or not, and I'm not exactly sure why that is, that this particular issue isn't worth that much. I mean, it's a pretty iconic book, so I might actually pick up more of these if they're still pretty affordable. I mean, 30 cents, 1976. This series had multiple hundreds of books in it, so to have the first one, I don't know, I like it. 8.5 is a little disappointing. I was hoping for at least the 9.0 on it, but I'll take it. It's better than the 6.0. So this next one has a pretty damn hardcore little reminder for everybody, especially, I guess, for me, since I'm the one reading it. If the world ends tomorrow, it's all your fault. So... Thanks, guys. I really needed to know that. But yeah, oh, look at that. A 9.8 Spider-Man #1 from 1990. Yeah, that's great. 9.8. I'll take that all day long. And this is the barcode one, so that's the newsstand edition, I'm pretty sure. I wish that they would note that somewhere. Yeah, this is the famous McFarlane cover art for Spider-Man #1. So can't complain about this one. That's a pretty solid hit. Lizard appearance. It's freaking Lizard, man. Well, not Lizard Man. That's from Soul Calibur, but still Lizard. Whatever. But yeah, 9.8. And the next one is coming in sideways at you. A 9.0 Spider-Man #301. So that's cool. That'll go nicely with my new Spider-Man issue 300, though that one's only a 6.0, but still. Yeah. Nowhere near as valuable or coveted as the number 300, but as part of like that series, section of the series there, 300, 301, 299, all of those still have some collectability. So that's great. This says Silver Sable appearance. I really like that. I like how they do that. So they just got all your info here, and then you turn it over, and you got the little specialty stuff, and you can see who did the art. Todd McFarlane, cover art. It's cover and art. So this is great. Okay, we got to take a minute and admire this ad too. These ads on these particular copies are great. Look at that. Forgotten Realms. Man, that really screams 80s, though this is probably a 90s one, but let's see. Ah, yeah. Oh, man. 9.2, number 361. This one is more of a key issue, a pretty famous one in the Amazing Spider-Man series, as it is the first appearance of Carnage. Yeah. First full appearance of Carnage. So that is cool. I believe that I had 2 of these. I'm not sure if I sent both in with this submission or not, but we're going to find out. Hopefully, if the second one is in here, I'm really hoping for that 9.8, because that is one that I really wanted. Nothing stops Marvel's X-Men, you guys. This one is, hey, it's that same one, but this time in 9.4. So issue number 375, the 30th anniversary gold edition. So yeah, this one's case is nice. It's sealed pretty well. Overall appearance is great. Holographic cover, story ties with Venom, Lethal Predator #1, John Jameson, and Chameleon backup story. So, okay, cool. Overall, pretty solid. Ah, yes, there it is. I did submit a second one, so let's see what this is. Oh my god, please, 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 come on, come on. Oh, it's even worse. Damn it. 9.0. Still, I bet you it still has some collectability and value, right, guys? I mean, that's, you know, it's a 9.0, and it's a solid issue, so whatever. I'm happy to have it. I've got 2 of them now, so that's cool. All right, squeaking in sideways again. Oh, there we go. Yes, 9.8, 345. That's the very first one that we revealed earlier, but it was a 9.6. So I've got that 9.8 counterpart. So as with the other one, I will probably sell the 9.6 and keep the 9.8. More than likely, at least. That is great. So this is wonderful. I have some 9.8s in my collection now. All right, we've got 2 left, guys. 2 left. And this one is, hey, okay, 9.2. Web of Spider-Man #1 with Spider-Man in the black suit. That's great. This one, let's see. It's got a little play in the top, guys. I don't know what's up with that. Is this common? Should I be worried? Should I be concerned? Should I send all of these back, or is this acceptable? It seems odd to me. But yeah, and it's got a lot of I don't know what you'd call this. Let's see if it'll show up on the camera. But in the plastic itself, it's got like an oil streak looking thing going on, but it is in the plastic. It's not on the actual comic book, so that's nice, but it's almost like a lenticular, you know, effect, but not as nice. It's more of a nuisance. All right, let's see what its special thing says. It says, okay, first appearance of Vulturions. And we're on the last one, guys. Last comic. Let's get it out of its little plastic sleeve here. What is it? Oh, it's an X-Men comic. I can already tell you that. Boom. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, that's a great way to end. A 9.8, the Uncanny X-Men #304. With the little lenticular card on the front and everything. That's beautiful. Magneto, Exodus, and Acolyte's appearance. Colossus leaves the X-Men. Wraparound cover with Magneto hologram. 9.8, you guys. Well, guys, that wraps us up for this video. If you liked what you saw, definitely give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, more CGC reveals and submissions, as well as a bunch of other collectibles related content, a lot of cards, comic cards, Magic, Pokemon, things of that nature, definitely subscribe to the Collector's Impact, and we will do our best to scratch that itch for collectibles content. So thanks again for coming by and for checking out the video. I hope to see you next time. Take care.